Wonderful. So just for the official notes, we are transitioning out of the supervisory union section of the FCNRCD board meeting on June 10th, 2026. And we are now kind of transitioning into just the Franklin County dates. Wonderful. So as just mentioned, the mortgage language has changed. So obviously the next time we find something we're interested in, if are interested in buying again.
We won't be limited to the municipal connection with People's Trust or whatever, right?
Correct.
But they're still a great bank.
Still a great bank.
So.
And the interest rate was lower than a mortgage.
Yeah.
So something to still investigate further now that kind of the
Yeah.
language has changed as of July 1.
Yeah. Good.
So based on this agenda, Sarah is not here. I haven't heard from her. I do know they had their NRCS staff meeting today, so I don't know if she's still in that. And then the next item would be any update from NRCC or VACD.
I don't have any updates. VACD hasn't met. I don't believe. The next meeting is sometime in August.
Okay.
I remember the date.
That is fair.
August 12th, maybe. I can't remember.
So the next item is our own board has some shifts occurring. So Richard Noel has provided his resignation for his seat. By all accounts, we believe he started on the board in 1980, if not earlier. That's the earliest we could find a St. Albans Messenger article for. And we think he was off it for 5 or 6 years when he worked for FSA, because you can't work for the federal government and be on our board. So all told, I think at least 4 decades service, which is just incredible. And so his seat is now available. And his term, I apologize, I should have had this with already. His term is actually the one that's up this year in typically the
Elected or
fall.
appointed?
So at this point in time,
They're all elected
at this point in time, it can be appointed
because it's filling a vacant spot.
because it's filling a vacant spot.
Right.
And that person will then have to
is
up for election when the term is up, which will be this fall. The election looks like there's a notice that we have to post in the paper, and the person who's interested needs to get 25 landowner signatures to be on the ballot.
Karen, you signed mine last year.
I did?
You did?
Oh,
That time we had lunch with Deb.
oh yeah, you signed something. I know what I was signing.
See how I roped you in?
Yeah.
I signed up for 40 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, oh, maybe it's a dragon.
And then in the chance that there are multiple people that get those ballots filled out, or the 25 landowner signatures, then there would be a formal election.
So you have to run a campaign then.
Yeah.
You have to figure out how to get campaign funds.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't, I don't do anything.
There's never been a competitive election in my knowledge.
Yeah.
Certainly, but
In
also
Vermont, in Vermont.
probably not in Vermont at all.
But out west they do.
Out west, it's competitive. It's a pretty
In some states like New Jersey, the conservation districts are very powerful and control all the stormwater regulations and get a ton of money. So
Yeah.
It's a nice tree you got there.
I think,
Name something that happened to.
I think there are competitive elections on the East Coast too, just not in. New England.
Yeah. So at this point in time, we are able to appoint someone to Richard's spot. I have had conversations with the various associates and board members, and there is interest in appointing Karen to that spot if Karen is interested.
Yay, yes.
Awesome.
And so then we would need a motion for that to occur.
We have a quorum without Linda, right?
We have a quorum without Linda because all three of you are
I'll
here.
move that we appoint Karen to the vacant position on the board.
I second.
All in favor?
Right?
Any opposed? Wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And then as you all also know, Richard was also our chair. And so there's a vacancy in the chair position. And Vicky has,
I don't really want to do it, so if anybody else wants to do it, I think it would be really good to have Vicky do it.
I think the experience you bring.
I have a hard time even getting to the meeting today, guys. I did look at the documents and provide some comments, but
I didn't read any of your comments yet. I just need you to know, okay.
they're up there. I just did it right on.
The experience you bring from that you understand things. That would take, speaking just for myself, I haven't swam in those waters. I don't know.
Well, Molly is the sort of heir apparent.
Molly is the heir apparent.
I know, Lauren sent me a text and I was like, not for me, the position. No, I was very happy to see that.
Are you sure?
I don't have the capacity for.
I know, your plate is full. Anybody
She was
with,
almost there.
anybody with kids still
Yeah.
involved and running around, you have 3 of them, right? Yeah, that's a lot of work.
I will say we also don't really have a vice chair or a treasurer
And that's part of
officially.
why today is a challenge, because we should have had a call to order and we should have had,
No.
Right,
so I can't do both. I can't be treasurer and chair, guys.
right. So
I'm terrible with numbers. I am not a numbers guy.
so here's the thing, so
Vice
Vicky's
chair.
currently our treasurer. Which I'd almost argue is harder than being chair.
Oh.
I think it probably is, the responsibility feels bigger, but, I don't have as strong a background to be treasurer as I'd say I'd be very comfortable to give up the treasurer's role.
Okay.
I always feel nervous that I'm missing something.
Bills in my house. Mary does it. If something happened to her.
So we're kicking Dan off. I'm getting Mary
I'm
on
Dan,
board.
Vice chair.
I'll gladly do the vice chair if no one else has it.
You guys have to remember, I'm gone like 6 months a year, so, I can do what I can on Zoom, but I'm not gonna be here in person.
Yes.
So say I can't be any of these roles, so you guys are gonna have to figure this out.
Where's Linda? Oh, Linda would be a good vice chair. Or
Then it
chair.
would be very good.
Or treasurer.
She would.
So
Absolutely.
we should elect Karen as treasurer.
I'm a newbie
You're
though,
also there.
but Linda is probably really detailed. Isn't she a dentist?
She was.
She was on it.
Oh, yeah.
No, but
And a business owner.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
maybe she would like that. I mean. she's
I
been on the
also
board.
don't know, I don't think there's any limitations for us to have an associate be like the treasurer. I think I don't know of any. So Julie, if you wanted to be the treasurer,
Holy moly, I do not have the bandwidth.
okay.
I wish I did.
We need to find an account.
So I did just sign a contract with Structural Integrity, who we previously
Okay.
worked with, to do a little bit more heavy lifting. And then with that, I feel like it'll be a
Training, everybody would get the same training.
What would you say is the primary role of the treasurer?
Oh, we got it, interesting.
Okay, he's treasurer.
I think honestly, I feel decent about where our books are at. So in some ways, I do think it's just having another set of eyes on things and just having a
Just,
run through.
The gut check, that looks funny. I need to ask Lauren about that. What's going
Yeah.
on here?
Yeah,
Or, I mean, I was also approving contracts, but a lot of that is gonna go approving grant agreements.
right,
A lot of that will go away with our new
procurement
RMS.
stuff, yeah,
Still some of that because some of.
right, the
them
bigger
are over 50,000.
contracts, yeah.
Um,
Um,
and that was just I reviewed it. And I was really, that part was interesting to me because I don't hear about the projects otherwise, and I can see what we're doing. Yeah, so.
and so I'd say like what Richard has been doing as chair. I send this to him before I sent it to you. He said, yep, that looks good. And then he effectively runs the meetings. Um,
Right.
but I would actually argue that maybe that's probably less of a lift and responsibility than the treasurer role would be.
I mean, it could be more. The chair could be, much more involved politically, glad handling politicians, making sure they know who the conservation district is. Ideally going to being part of VACD lobbying, doing that kind of stuff, which I couldn't do because I'm out of state during that time of year. So there's a whole lot more than what Richard did that the chair could do.
And he did get involved in the lobbying too.
Yeah,
but I
yeah,
think
he did.
that was also his interest. I don't know if that was just because he was chair and felt called.
Well,
I think he really liked doing it.
I was so disappointed that we didn't, remember the time that we had the meeting with the legislatures up at his place?
Yeah,
I found a picture, but it was of like you talking in his back.
we found so many pictures from that night and
Okay.
none of them were
Had
good of Richard.
Ah.
Molly even
That
went
was-
through, she
Yeah,
like went
that was
through
a
like
very
the
good
whole
meeting, so-
official stuff, yeah.
So Richard hosted that and,
Yeah.
we had a lot of elected officials there that night, so.
We found some RSVPs for the birthday already. I saw Lisa Hango had already RSVP'd.
And she's,
State rep.
State.
for, I don't know the name,
Franklin?
not my state rep.
Franklin?
I think she's Franklin.
Maybe it's Franklin.
Yeah.
Franklin 3 or somewhere.
Yeah.
If there's one.
Good.
Sure.
So we need some officers, and I think I'm happy to work with folks to make sure it's right sized for what people have capacity for.
So you have a business background though too, right?
I do.
Yeah, you could do numbers and, investments and,
I could.
yeah, but you're also on the hospital
Oh,
board.
if you are interested, I will do it if somebody needs to do it, but. If you are interested, you have.
I'm through the hospital board in December, 9 years.
Awesome. Do
Done.
you run the books for your farm?
I do.
It's a heavy lift to do.
I'm happy to help, but I'm new and I don't wanna, if somebody else wants to do it, then please do.
I guess I don't care. I need somebody in that role. I'll be honest, like Vicky and I've done a bad job of scheduling with Vicky to even like meet on the treasurer stuff. But you've been very responsive on email for like approving contracts and
Yeah,
stuff. And
that's
been
the
really
one thing that
important.
requires Molly and Karen is to get back to her within, hopefully 48 hours. So that she's not held up. And I wasn't always, sometimes I miss that, but I always tried to get back
You're
to
pretty
her
consistent, yeah.
within a couple of days
Yeah.
of the email and just say, but again, if that workload will go down
Right.
because of the fact that we're gonna raise that level, so that she has authority to enter into all of those on her own, so.
Right.
And it's, honestly, most of our grant agreements are all federally funded or state funded, and all of the agreement templates look exactly the same. There's not a lot of review of the contract language or anything like that. I'm usually looking at the project itself and saying, I think the budget looks good, or I'll say to Lauren, what about this? Have you thought about that? And I don't know the one time she hasn't already thought about this. So.
It has happened.
So, anyway, but there's some back and forth to say if you have questions, and mostly just because it's probably just because of my world,
Right.
being in conservation, my whole career, so.
And so the contract I signed with Structural Integrity too, actually, I failed to mention, does include a full board financial training.
Good.
That actually I would like to schedule for September at this meeting today, for our September board meeting.
Yeah.
And so we're gonna be working on that this summer to,
And, you know, my challenge and the treasurer may add, if structural integrities reviews our processes and says you need some more checks and balances in here, which was what my biggest concern was.
Yep.
That maybe Lauren had ability to do too much. In terms of the budget, or if it was a district, as Linda always says, if it was somebody other than Lauren and we were needed to be careful about this, then where is the proper line to draw for checks and balances and
right,
second set of eyes to look at everything
and that's actually gonna be really easy to do in ramp.
in ramp, yeah.
The new software we have, like
Right.
you literally be able to go in and hit approve.
Yeah,
Um.
like she sends me all her requests for reimbursements for her mileage for any expenses she has outside of normal work stuff, so.
Yeah. I need you guys to figure this out.
Well, I'll do the vice chair
Dan will be vice chair.
if no one else, I mean.
I think it'd be good, Dan, because I won't be here in the winter and
Right.
there's gonna be times when I have a conflict or you have a conflict, and if we just work together to make sure one of us is at the meeting to run the meeting. So,
Do we need a motion on that?
I think we could do it either as a slate or individually.
slate, I'm good with the slate.
So who's the treasurer?
Do we wanna like pick straws?
Well, can I offer, I have one single opinion. It might be nice for Molly to do it just to let Karen get on her feet, like as a voting member here a little
Yeah.
bit, and maybe like there's a handoff date, maybe when you're off to the hospital board over the winter or something. But if you'd be willing to do it for a little while, especially since it's summer coming up now, so you might have like like this much time.
Molly, you may be better than me. Do you use QuickBooks in your business? Yeah,
Yeah.
see, I don't know QuickBooks. So you're gonna be able to get in there and look and see, and I just didn't even wanna bother, cause I was like, I gotta learn how the software works, and I don't do like that, so, yeah.
And meanwhile, see if I can find us an advisor that does that.
We need legal
Could be.
advising for contract stuff, and we need accounting.
I have tried so
I
many.
will say
Yeah.
Julie and Walter have connected me to lawyers.
Oh,
It hasn't totally hit yet, but I have talked to some folks to then continue talking.
good, yeah.
Yeah. So that one almost feels like I almost have an almost connection. I think the accounting, we're still,
I have talked to like 7 lawyers,
yeah,
but they're people I know who have retired or,
Well,
I
my
think that'd be
neighbor
good.
is an accountant, Brannigan,
yeah.
but I just found out yesterday that he's got prostate cancer.
Oh.
It's probably not a good time.
And did we talk to Dawn that maybe, I mean, she probably could do it from, if she might be willing to do it from Zoom.
so she cannot be on our board because she lives in Grand Isle County,
Oh,
but she could be
I was
a
thinking.
friend.
Right, I was
Yeah.
thinking she could be an advisor
Yeah,
at least, yeah, or a friend.
yeah.
Right, I'll have to look for somebody else.
So now we need a motion for the slate of.
But how do we do it if we're all getting elected to an officer?
Hey, yeah, I can do
He
it.
has to make a motion.
Okay.
Well,
I,
actually, so can you make a motion to make Vicky the chair?
I'm making a motion that Vicky is the chair of the FCR and FCNRCD.
Yes.
It's
Can
a big.
someone else second that?
I'll second that motion.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye. Okay, good.
I
Okay.
recuse.
Vicky's recused,
Okay.
and now there's 2 of you who can approve that.
You gotta go for Dan?
I'll make a motion that Dan serve as vice chair.
I recuse myself.
Any second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Let me see, there, what do we need here? I'll make a motion that Molly's treasurer.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Done.
We did it.
Look at
You
that.
guys are gonna have to prompt me because I'm not used to running the meeting like this, so.
Oh, we gotta get you a gap.
I gotta get my Robert's Rules of Orders training in order, so.
That is one of the documents I sent out in April, a little cheat sheet. Technically, I think you're supposed to like make a motion, have it seconded, and then have any
I
discussion.
know, that's what
I've
Linda-
never
that's what Linda
successfully
Ford
done
does
that.
for VA.
Thank you.
Let's get it on the table and then discuss it. So.
Might
So
actually
we're
do
done
that
with
very
board
end,
member
when
update,
it's
right?
not recorded. Yes.
Minutes. Has anybody had a chance to look at the board meeting minutes? I looked at them, I thought they were outstanding, Arena. Good job.
I have to provide you with something. W-9?
So no, look,
Okay.
I definitely need your bio.
Okay.
I would only need a W-9 from anyone who would like to receive the stipend, is how I'll phrase
How much
it.
is this large stipend?
It's $100 a meeting plus mileage.
Nice little chat.
When it was 50, I said no, but when they jumped it up to 100, I said, oh, well, maybe, I might as well.
Gotta do it, Debbie.
I get a free meal after.
You've already done W-9.
Okay.
All the existing board members do, it's just the newer
It's
folks.
because we're considered representatives of the, it's like a state person or whatever.
I had,
You
I
can get a
thought it was
stipend.
just a volunteer thing when it started.
Yeah.
But it's
Then I
like,
got
oh,
to check on it, I was like, oh.
okay, I'm not gonna send it back, but.
Yes, but I do need a bio from you, and Julie, I also need a bio from you for our website. I can send you guys examples if you'd like, and photos of your pretty faces.
I can't
Yes.
send you like a photo of my dog.
No,
Karen, I can take a beautiful photo of you right now, if you'd like me to.
there you go.
I'm not sure if I'm peak attractiveness now.
I do finally have a picture without a chicken that I like. It's me
Oh.
with a duck.
Perfect. Please send me that.
Well, mine was in my backyard in my garden. You can see it on the website, so.
Oh, yeah, take a look.
So yeah, that's the
Let's see if
update.
I have something appropriate.
So minutes, do we want to get back to the minutes? Anybody, have any comments on the minutes? Did anybody not read them?
I did not.
Would you like to peruse them quickly?
I was not present for the whole meeting. Does that mean I cannot vote?
You can still vote.
I can still vote.
Perfect.
I wasn't a board member then.
I was
No.
overwhelmed
You
by
can still vote, I think.
life. I saw him and I'm like, I gotta do that, and I never, yeah.
Well, I did it today. I was meant to do it yesterday and I got overwhelmed by life. Oh, we paddled against, I raced against 3 high school teams yesterday.
Wow.
I'm exhausted.
Oh,
That's
bad.
good.
Well, I paddled Monday night too, so it was less than 24 hours.
Those are all.
There's a lot of detail around the policies.
Goodness.
I noticed there was a lot of notes.
It was very
We
helpful.
record the meetings, and so I think it was pretty accurate to,
Okay.
I recommend, I'm glad you caught that, Arena, that I recommended that we not move forward with some of the approvals.
Oh, yeah, I left early that time. And so did
You had to go
you.
to a hospital meeting.
Yeah,
Did Linda try to zoom in or not? She was in a graveyard.
I sent
with
it to her and I haven't seen an email
Waiting
back.
for, or we got a broken vehicle in a graveyard and she was waiting for a tow truck or in Illinois. But she said, guys,
So
I'm just.
if I follow the right order,
Go shoot the
is
messenger.
there a motion to approve the minutes?
I'll move to approve the May board meeting minutes.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion, any further discussion?
No corrections or deletions,
No
no.
corrections or deletions? I didn't see any need for them. Did you?
I just gave a quick look.
Yeah, okay. Richard's the one that would always catch things, so. All right,
But these are recorded notes.
yes,
So,
they're pulled from the recording.
Yeah.
so she's actively typing these.
Oh, you are? Oh, interesting.
And
And
I
then-
could look at the recording if I wanted to cross.
They started at school using AI to
Capture.
capture it.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
How's that work?
It's also AI.
I would trust Arena more than.
Oh, for sure.
But then you have like people like me making very random comments that pop up and,
Well, Lauren edits the,
I do also edit Arena's notes.
so nothing makes it,
Did
you
you
know.
take a vote?
We have not, because I wanted to see if there's any further discussion. No further discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining? Okay, minutes are approved. Financial updates. Lauren,
Yes.
big old negative 200 and something
Yeah.
thousand. Oh
Is
my
this-
God, that gives me,
It's a scary number.
it's a scary
Scary
number. It's me so much.
I know.
I'm sorry.
I
I know it's gonna get better.
it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. Just kind of the timing of things this year.
Yeah.
That's right. I don't see this.
Um,
accounts receivable was 50 something or 60 something,
It was
right?
about 58.
58, but that's, even with that factored in, is the negative number, right?
Yeah.
Because that's shown as
Yeah.
income, even though we haven't received it yet.
Yep,
I do know that much.
yes. Yeah, no, I mean, I understand the pause of the negative $243,000 in net income. Um,
And so one of the questions I had, Lauren, is, you're expecting enough payments to come in between now and the end of June, so that by the end of the fiscal year will be 53 above?
no, I'm expecting to be able to invoice on the accrual method
Okay.
so that on the year,
Okay.
our accruals will be
Yep.
$51,000 net profit.
Okay,
I expect those checks will hit between July and
okay.
September,
But the
honestly.
invoices is what counts in terms of the official budget keeping.
Yes,
So it'll be on the accounts payable side, right?
Yes.
Once it's invoiced.
exactly.
So the bank balance won't necessarily catch up. But
Correct.
QuickBooks will,
Yes,
because it will be in accounts payable, accounts
yes,
receivable, excuse me.
So I
yes.
wanna make sure I understand. So we're 244,000 negative. So I'm getting this hospital vibe where it's like a ton of money. Seems like we always are. So, but we haven't billed yet. Will we bill the appropriate amount?
So
How much do we
believe-
still need to bill, I guess?
I believe we get to bill for $389,000 this month.
30th is the end of our fiscal year.
Yeah,
So we'll be,
so I just need to
So
hang
we-
out in our books for a while.
so we have a profit of 140,000.
So we'll have well, so then there's another, there's the payroll for the
Oh, okay,
next
so
2
there-
weeks.
Okay, so there's.
So we'll have a
more.
profit of, my current prediction is right around $50,000.
Okay.
Um,
Got
And,
it.
you know, I think a lot of that is the healthcare that we all got slammed with that. We typically operated around 100,000 last couple, since I've been on the
Yeah.
board.
Yep.
And there's there's a lot of question whether as a municipality, we should be having that high of a margin, maybe it should be a little bit closer, but
right, should we be netting really any amount?
the way our grants work, because we can bill on a billable rate and not necessarily actual rate, we can take in a little bit more money.
But isn't this the money that we'll use eventually to buy a piece of land or construct a
Yeah,
Yes,
facility?
Right.
so
And
right now,
there's-
if we look at our bank balance, we're like 200 and some, right? Just looked at it today, the last checking account statement.
171
171, okay,
was at the end of May.
yeah. So, and we don't have any money in CDs,
We have no money in CDs.
so we will have basically 53 plus that. Essentially, by the time we clear out the end of the year in terms of money in the bank.
Now,
Ideally, it won't necessarily be there between on paper and in the bank.
But reasonably liquid.
So,
now,
so
why don't we do CDs?
we have been not putting it into CDs because we thought we were gonna buy a building soon.
Right. So we could ladder them.
We could certainly be making different financial decisions with what's in our savings. Yes. So in terms of cash flow, it won't be the 171 plus 53. It'll be the 171 minus the next couple of payments plus the 58 that's already in accounts receivable. It'll be some combination of that.
There's gonna be more added to that accounts receivable between now and the end of the month, right?
Right, but don't expect anything I invoice in the next 2 weeks to get paid by the end of June.
Well, I was trying to clarify, that actually be in the bank,
Correct.
and it'll be,
It'll be in QuickBooks as on the accrual basis, not the cash basis.
right, so cash balance 171. What we know right now,
Yeah. Yep.
so.
So, I mean, you can buy 1 month treasuries, 2 months, 3 months. I mean, it doesn't sound like a lot of money, but we have a lot of money.
It adds up.
It adds up over time. And how long have we been talking about buying a house?
Right.
Yeah, and like you said, the 1 or 2 month treasury
And
notes.
you can roll them for 2 years, and anytime during that, you can stop it.
Right. And if you do have to, if we find the perfect place. There's
You
a
just
small
lose the
penalty,
interest, yeah.
right? And
Right, it's right, and if
it's
you're,
negligible.
right, if you do the short term.
Right.
You know, and so maybe you do a month, 6 months, and a year, you ladder them out, so something's always coming due. That's my opinion.
Like workforce.
Maybe you and Molly could come up with a strategy between now and the next meeting. Would you guys be willing to work on that, Karen? Just a strategy on maybe how, I mean, if we could get $5,000 a month in interest, wouldn't that be ideal?
You'll get that much, but you think 3% is, I think 3.71 is what I just looked at. But.
Yeah.
But I don't know if we can buy treasuries. Can you buy the government? Or maybe we can buy them through the bank. That might be easier,
I mean, I'm getting now.
which is nothing.
I'm happy to run whatever ideas you come up with past Claire to make sure that they're acceptable.
Okay. And let me ask People's Trust what they have. And what they could do for us, because that's where the money is, right?
Yeah.
And I'll get in touch with you. Because I know you're busy, I can go there on a.
Are you guys done hanging yet?
We did first got early.
Oh, good for
Still
you.
kind of on a couple more days,
Yeah,
hopefully.
my neighbors just got, I think, their last patent today.
Mhm.
Balance. They got 3 kids too, so. They just put in robots.
Yeah,
Did you hear about them?
we did not.
Do you guys have robots?
We have 4 running right now.
Yeah, they're struggling with training the cows.
Yeah.
She goes, thought it was easy.
Yeah, we are lucky because we have more cows than robot hours, so we can just pull a cow.
Yeah.
And put it back on
On the
in
regular,
the parlor.
yeah.
Land us 180.
Yes,
Wow.
2 months, we're gonna look
So-
at it.
So financial policy update,
2 weeks for that.
I know, I didn't know that.
financial updates, do we need to?
We need to
Um,
accept.
We need to accept these, any other discussion on this, guys?
I guess I'll just say, I have not yet closed out the Chase credit card.
I didn't get a notice, so I assumed that was the case.
Yep,
Can I ask an odd question?
yeah.
And maybe it's a credit card question. Why do you show a negative?
It's because she is technically the account owner, so every expense that we had came out of hers, and the way that it was showing up in QuickBooks is just wrong. And the amount of work it would take to fix it, how it was showing up in
Oh,
QuickBooks.
okay, all right,
Knowing that we were closing it in June,
okay.
didn't make sense to
So it won't
fix.
show like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, so in the future, if you look at the bank statement, you'll see a ramp. So Molly, that we're moving everything over to RAM from the credit card. So it's an expense on the bank statement. If you go to that, it was like 8,000 and change, I think, is what I saw, Lauren, right? For this
yes,
one. And one of the things that I recommended in the policy document that we're about to discuss is that the treasurer see the ramp expenses too, not just a lump sum.
so I don't disagree at all, but all of the ramp expenses do go into QuickBooks,
Itemized.
itemized.
Not itemized by item, but by transaction.
Yes.
So as long as you're looking at QuickBooks, which I did not, then that's the place to go.
Yep.
So as long as the treasurer has access to that.
Yep.
I have one other question. So if I look at the bank balance and I go to talk to the people at People's Trust, and I know that we're probably gonna get $50,000 more somewhere. how much do we need not to invest, that we need liquid to run the organization?
We had made a decision earlier that we wanted 2 months of operating expenses readily available.
Right, I think how we define readily available is up for discussion.
Well, cash on hand. That's what I would define as, but let's accept this. See if is there, do we need a motion? We do need a motion to accept.
Do you motion to accept the financials as they're written?
Yes.
So moved.
Second,
I'll second.
any further discussion? All in favor?
I,
Okay, any opposed? No abstentions. Okay, good.
So I would actually like to come to the bank with you because because Richard's no longer on the board. We actually need to update all of our
Yeah.
paperwork with them.
Does that
Because
mean
now
me
you're the
too?
treasurer.
Does that mean me too, or since I'm already on there, is it?
I'm probably just gonna have to get a copy of it and bring it to our board retreat and have you guys sign there and then I'll bring it back.
I'll find out who we're supposed to talk to.
Okay,
I'll come up with some dates.
because I've usually talked to Barb, but I know she's retired.
Barb Tooth, yeah.
Yeah.
She was having ice cream yesterday.
Good for her.
And they're not replacing her.
you don't use this office right here, you go downtown. Oh, was that?
I typically go here to like deposit checks, but I feel like I do my I did my mortgage stuff with Justin Wright.
Mhm.
So that's who I've talked to there.
Is there 2 offices in St. Albans for People's Trust?
Yeah, there's one right at the
Yeah,
end of
one
the street.
in the street.
Oh, wow,
I know
okay.
this one here.
Yeah, I go to both. I don't know. They really like Willow at this one. They like all come out from behind the desk to say hi.
Is that your job?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so we're on to financial policies update, and I see the way you have this listed. Do we want to jump to the financial policy and procedure first? Since we were just kind of talking about that and then do the rest
Yeah,
after that?
that's fine. Julie, is my screen still sharing for you?
Yes, yes, it is.
Okay, great.
Ferdy and I can see it great.
Okay. So this is a good point. I should reference
We had another document, we put it in,
yes,
and I just wanted to make sure that it was cross-referenced.
yeah.
If it's not in here, it needs to be
Thank you.
somewhere.
So you can make comment? You were able to make comment on it, yeah. I bet just because I looked at it in the iPad. Yeah, I'm like, oh.
Yeah,
making
I had to use my computer. Yeah,
Okay.
and.
Well, I'll know that next time.
Yeah, and then I had to log into my Gmail account, which, I'm usually on my Dragonheart account on that computer, but my husband's taken over my other computer.
So where do these procedures come from?
Originally, I imagined they were an NRCC template.
Oh, okay.
So my comment on the budget part was, like at an earlier meeting, it was like 6 months ago or something like that, we agreed that we would try to keep. We started off with 3 months worth of like cash on hand, operating expenses. And then when we talked about trying to buy a building, we said, well, we couldn't afford a little more risk, let's go with 2 months. Just to keep in
Yeah.
reserve so that we wouldn't dip down below that at any one time. And I just wanted to know at what part, and I know that I thought we put it in something back then. And so how does that cross-reference with this document?
So I'm happy to put a sentence in where my cursor is that says, the, yeah, not a color. The operating reserve policy adopted by FCNRCD should also be referenced regarding banking and investments.
Okay.
Is that fair?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or you could, and say, if somebody's looking at this document and not the other one, you should say just something like at a minimum 2 months of operating expenses should be on hand. if that's what the policy says.
Yes, I guess. We've typically just referenced policies and not also included the contents of those policies in case we then change those policies. We don't have to change it in multiple places.
Okay.
I'm happy if I'm happy to do whatever you guys want.
It just feels like the operating revenue policy should be part of the financial policies, like.
I'm happy to just add
rewrite it.
like literally copy and paste it into here. Is that what you would prefer?
Well, I'd like to see, I think it would be best if it's all in one spot. How does everybody else feel? Does that make the most sense?
Let me pull that open.
Then you don't have to reference two documents. I'm sorry, am I making your life?
No, not at
hard,
all.
Lauren?
Not at all. Like actually not at all. Wondering
It's been simple.
which March that was, or which month that was.
Or you put a link to where it's at in the other document, so it's just a click and not just a reference, or you just highlight,
Right.
hyperlink.
I will find that language and put it in here.
Do we have any other sort of standalone financial related policies that are out there, Lauren, that?
So
Should we do this like the main general thing with appendices? That's another idea, is to jump. So that it's all still in one document, just referenced as an appendix?
so we are gonna have like a QuickBooks procedures manual and a grant procedures manual. They're not necessarily policies.
Yeah, they're not policies, they're just how-tos.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
And then we'll have the procurement policy, which is a financial policy. So we could just have this be, like the
Mother
main
document
with just a
with
bunch of appendices.
Maybe the mother document's not
Right.
right, but you know what I mean, the
Yeah,
main document and then. I don't, FNLC just went through this and I can't remember how we did it, but I think it was something along those lines.
that sounds great. I don't believe that there are. I don't think there's anything besides those two documents that would be the appendices.
Okay. Well, just, I mean, I don't know how the others feel, but it just makes sense to me to put it all in one spot.
Yeah, no, I think you're right.
Happy to do that.
Okay. Linda's on.
Linda,
Hi, Linda, you're muted.
Okay, all right. I am so sorry.
hello.
That I have this email saying that our meeting is June 30th.
June 30th.
Yes.
Maybe get the meetings.
I definitely don't have a meeting for anybody on June 30th.
I don't know. It could have been last year's email. I don't know. I looked it up. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. We did have to go to my mom's and dad's grave and this and that. And so anyway, we got wrapped up. But I'm here and I'm sorry.
Just a quick update. Vicky is now the board chair.
Okay,
Dan is now the vice chair. And
Okay.
Molly is the treasurer.
great. Oh, lovely. That is a strong, crazy strong team. Good job.
I'll sit here right there.
Hi, Chuck.
Hi. Sorry, I was just
Sorry.
we have a
You're
hard,
good.
That's the first time we'd ever been out to the cemetery since my parents died. And I thought I would
Wow.
just go out there, sit on the ground and call you guys up and just and it would be fine. And it wasn't fine. But we're fine now.
Well, you joined us for the super fun discussion of financial and procurement policies section of the
Okay,
meeting.
I'm in. Count me in. Go, carry on.
Yes. And so Vicky, your comment, I would like to see language added that the treasurer and board chair have access to all bank accounts, QuickBooks, and ramp
But
accounts.
that's just a policy decision that the treasurer have access to everything the executive director has. And that the board chair probably, although I can't imagine I'd ever go poking around, but it's just,
You might.
it's double, you know. You have a couple of layers there, since we're gonna be on all the bank documents anyway. How do the rest of you guys feel about that?
It's great, I can see you typing.
And I include investment accounts. And I'm also gonna add credit accounts.
So, Lauren, I'm just trying to figure out how we want to move forward with this. Should we? I'm comfortable moving forward with a vote based on what we've seen, but maybe if somebody wants to make a motion about combining all the financial policy related documents into one cohesive, organized share of documents, you know, kind of let you decide how you want to put that together from a format perspective.
Yep.
So that's one piece. The other piece is, before we vote at all, do we want to look at like procurement policy, which then would become part of this?
I was wondering if we should maybe not vote on this yet,
Okay.
go over to the procurement policy as an appendix,
Okay,
approve that, and then come back to this.
okay, that sounds like that makes good sense. And the compensation policy would be part of this too, because it's part of, or is that different?
I feel like that feels like
Different. It's more of a
employee
philosophy.
handbook
Yeah,
related.
it's a philosophy more than anything, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's look at the procurement
Yes.
policy, which,
Again, so the template for the procurement policy, it was from the Vermont League of Cities and Towns. I will just transparently say, I am going to meet with a lawyer to review all these documents as well. So we can adopt them, and then whatever edits they want us to make, we can then also re-adopt. But it's helpful for me to have something to bring.
and the yellow is what you changed from the last meeting?
Yes, the yellow is really what I've only ever changed. So again, everyone on the staff at this time can buy something up to $200, so excluding me, can buy something up to $200 without verbal or written approval from me. The monthly maximum of $2,000 per month. Except for extenuating circumstances. The other day I had to run a pickup the ag guides, and that cost
Like $1,700.
$700, but she'd already spent $400, so I increased her limit because otherwise I would have had to drive to FedEx. So, and then I have written for now that I can purchase non-contracted / non-grant driven purchases with a value between $0 and $10,000 without your approval.
So like new office chairs or a new computer or
Right,
an owl system, whatever we might need.
right.
Yeah,
That wouldn't already be in a grant, because sometimes that isn't a grant.
yeah.
With a monthly maximum of 30,000. I don't think we don't.
You could go buy a new car with 30,000.
Not a very good one, though.
Not a very good one.
Not much.
That's true.
I'm just curious, I happen to look out and I see the muck boots. Do you provide muck boots and stuff for employees? You don't. You provide an annual clothing allowance because of the wear and tear on the stuff that they bring to the job?
No.
Okay, I'm just, because I know I tear through boots and
Yeah,
stuff when I'm outside.
Gloves.
Yeah, gloves.
we buy gloves,
Buy gloves, not boots.
not boots. We buy things that multiple people can use. And so we did buy like a couple pair of canvas pants and shirts that were very large that people can wear regardless of size for field work that might involve like stinging nettle so they don't get hurt. So like from a safety perspective, we do that. But we bought them, we didn't buy them like I didn't buy Rena a pair. I didn't buy Carrie a pair. We bought like 2 or 3 sets that are just kind of big.
That's the way the government worked too with the waiters and stuff like that. It was
Yep.
not personalized purchases.
Right.
We were always expected to have our own
Okay.
stuff.
Just,
Yeah.
Um, I didn't have any comments on this. I don't know if anybody else had a chance to review it, look at it in advance, like we talked about, or.
And so I will say the bigger change that we did also discuss last time was that I could approve anything up to $50,000 now, but anything above 50 would need to come to the whole board. And obviously, if I ever wanted your help, I could still come get your help at any point in time.
And that's both grant agreements and contract agreements.
And amendments.
And amendments, yes.
Yes.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
You know, I think it would behoove us, for who's ever taking notes, to make a list of things if we ever, I know I constantly sound so bad, implying that Lauren won't be here forever. But I won't be here forever. Dan won't, none of us will be here forever. And so I totally trust Lauren, but I can imagine us someday having a different executive director or some completely different board who won't remember this moment, whether it's 10 years from now or 15 or whatever. And this is a really big decision, how much somebody can spend who is maybe untested or like we're not always going to feel the same way about our executive director always, like who knows how long, as we do about Lauren. And man, to give people somebody at the authority to spend $50,000, it doesn't sound like something that makes sense if we had a brand new executive director. And I just wonder, we make some policy changes like this all the time because it's Lauren, because she's so capable, all those things. But I think we ought to keep like a running list somewhere, that we always like things that we might want to revisit if that position ever changes.
that's pretty.
Do you wanna speak up as to
Because it
language?
would seem punitive if we changed it after somebody's been with us for 2 months or 1 month or 6 months. It will at that time feel punitive. But if we have like a running list of things that need to be reassessed, if there's ever turnover in the executive session,
As for,
this board needs to be able to look at that and not make the new person feel like we're doing some punitive thing to them.
Well, why don't we make it a procedure that we just state upon the assumption of authority or whatever, however you want to put it, of a new executive director, the following policies must be reviewed and acted upon by the board and either approved as they are or whatever within 2 months of.
Especially financially, I'm not worried about like
Right.
the employee handbook and
That's
some of that other stuff,
That's a
but
pretty
this
good
one,
idea.
yeah.
I like that. That's prudent. Yeah.
So in this
Yeah.
policy right now, the language I have is that within 3 months of hiring a new district manager, this procurement policy must be reviewed and reapproved by the board.
Yeah.
I will say it is kind of in a weird place. So I'm happy to like move this to the top.
I think we should move it to the top, and I would say less than 3 months. Just
Me
getting at
too.
Linda's point.
Yeah.
That prior to the hiring of a new district manager,
The board, yeah,
the board
that's
will
good.
review. I mean, if we're ever in a position of not having Lauren, we're gonna be a couple of months hiring somebody.
Yeah.
Unless she stays here till she retires and trains a new person.
Right.
Then
Right.
we'll all be long gone. So.
I mean, could we also maybe like put in, yes, it's good to review, but maybe put like, if we have a new Lauren, for the first 90 days, it's 50% of this number or 25% of this number.
That's a good idea, Julie. We can have it as the board should review in lieu of the board's review and updating of these numbers, the following will automatically kick in. Whatever
Yeah,
that
that
is.
way-
And I like that, like 25%, I think 25% of 50 would get us closer to where she's been for the last 4 years at $10,000.
How many of these contracts do you do?
Well, it's 40 or 50 a year.
A lot.
40 or 50 a year, but that's 4 or 5 a month. Or less than that, 4 a month.
But they're more chunked and a lot of them at the same.
I feel like I'm spending probably 10 hours a week contracting right now, honestly.
Right, but
I'm just writing contracts after contract after contract.
right, but if we get somebody new, it's always nice to have a second person also take a look at, I know most places I work have a second signature person. So I'm just wondering if maybe the board chair or the treasurer, for the first month or so, maybe, it should be involved in.
But that would kick in, right?
Would
If we
review,
reduce it to $10,000.
would review, right, the spending.
That's where it has to have a second set of eyes if it's over.
Yes.
I would say cut it down to.
I would say cut it down to at least 10, maybe even
Yeah,
less.
yeah,
I would say
I
do
would say
that.
less. I would say, honestly, when someone's transitioning in, I would say like $2,000.
I was gonna say almost everything.
Yeah, they have
Yeah.
to earn the trust.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Well, it is messy.
Right.
And there's a lot of things that can go wrong.
Right.
There's plenty of things I've done wrong.
Well, and then there's a history amongst conservation districts of the boards not, here in Vermont,
Right.
of the boards not really having adequate control over their finances. And
And
some of the DMs have taken advantage of that are no longer DMs.
yeah, I was gonna say, it'd be easy for that money to go south.
Do you just want to say, at the time of the hiring of new district manager, every transaction over $2,000 requires board approval for,
Or at least review by the treasurer or the board chair.
I'd say by the treasurer or the board chair.
Do we want this
the
specific,
instatement
a duration?
of a new district manager.
Yeah, that solves the problem I was trying to get at. That
Um,
totally, yeah, for just, somebody untested, not out of like malice, but somebody could make some big expense just out of, not knowing what to do.
Naivete.
Above $2,000
Put a down payment on a
requires
50,000.
board
10 years from now, 2000 would be like 200.
treasurer or chair
Maybe, right.
I know.
prior to execution.
Was gonna.
Or-
My barn, half the size. Same price as the original. 3 years ago. And it's just for extended,
Was it before COVID? The original price?
3 years ago.
No, so does that mean one of the.
For how long is this in place?
Until such time as the district board votes to change.
Right,
This
yeah, I
policy.
like that,
The
yeah.
whole board comes back.
Just
to
in the
review.
event,
Yeah,
you
Yeah.
feel like, I know about this
Yeah.
person.
yeah, we need to give everybody a chance to have. And if it gets onerous for the treasurer or the chair, then they'll bring it to the board and say, we gotta make this is worth, this is crazy, let's at least bump it up to 10, or at least bump it up. to
Right.
12.
Here's kind of an odd thing, my old CPA down in New Hampshire used to be an IRS agent. He said to me, Karen, one of the things we did was banks. He said, 50% of the people will always steal from you that work in a bank. So that's why I have to nail things down.
That's funny.
25% of the people will steal given an opportunity, and 25% of the people will never steal. Now, that's probably an old study because the guy's retired now. But that kind of tells you, I
Yeah.
don't know, maybe I can take 100 here, there, nobody will really miss it. And next thing you know,
Yeah.
I had lots of managers. My best manager, I loved him dearly, but God, he stole a lot of money from us. Yeah, and he had a bad gambling habit. And he cried the day that I let him go. And he said, Karen, I can't tell you how embarrassed I am.
Yeah.
And then finally, I said, what'd you do with the money? He's like, I have a bad gambling habit. I'm just so addicted. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So you never know what people
Yeah.
bring
Yeah.
with them. That's my only point here.
So as it currently reads, at the instatement of a new district manager, all expenses, contracts, grant agreements, and amendments above $2,000 will require board treasurer or chair approval prior to execution until such time as the district board changes that policy.
Yes, I like it.
Yeah, that's nice.
Again, getting decent at legalese. Okay. And then I kept in those 7 items that we wanted to consider for procurement,
Contracting.
just so it's
Yeah.
clear.
Yeah.
Mel and I have actually already incorporated this into a request for bid for 2 of her projects.
Good.
So that's been exciting. And then this is honestly just a reminder for me to get W-9s and proof of insurance every time I'm supposed to.
Okay.
I would say that's one of my weaknesses that maybe Arena will help me with as we shift towards things.
Okay, any other discussion about this procurement policy? Are we all good with the changes?
Make a motion to accept it as draft.
Can I just say, so this one currently says that we need all of the signatures. This was just a template. We've never done that before. We've just had it in meeting minutes that it was adopted.
Yeah, no, I think
So
that's
I'm just
fine.
gonna delete this.
I think there's something that like if we have a conflict of interest statement, something like that, we
Yes,
do need to get everybody's signature on it.
yes, I would
Okay.
agree.
So we reviewed the procurement policy draft, we reviewed the financial policy and procedure draft. We're gonna amend the overall, the financial policy will be the umbrella document, and procurement policy will be part of that, along with the
Operating reserves.
operating revenue, operating balance rules that we have.
Yes.
Do I hear a motion to move forward with this?
So moved.
Dan has moved. Is there a second?
Second.
Everybody clear on what we're doing? Any further discussion needed? Linda?
I'll
good?
second it. No, I was gonna second it, but I was unmuted.
Okay. Any other discussion of this?
I will again put this in front of a lawyer.
Okay. All in favor of this motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, motion passes. Good job, Lauren. Great work.
Thanks,
That's a
everybody.
big chunk of work.
Really, really good.
Was.
So I think next we'll talk about the compensation philosophy, which is not really a policy, more just a philosophy. So Lauren, I'll let you, if there's anybody had a chance to look at it, I think it's really nicely done.
So basically it just says, we're gonna take a look at what existing documents and surveys are out there for being paid in similar positions. And our goal is to be competitive or slightly above our competition in terms of what we're offering for wages, salaries, benefits. We link pay to performance and inflation. At the start of the calendar year, COLAs are considered for all staff and will be implemented on a percentage basis in alignment with national standards as the budget allows across all staff subject to board approval. So that's the one that's consistent. And then I am proposing performance-based wage increases for all non-salaried staff are considered following annual reviews. We only have one more left to do.
Start over.
With new proposed wages being included in the annual budget that you all will review. And staff with satisfactory annual reviews, meaning at least 75% of all the metrics required, and the metrics are something that we developed collaboratively.
Yep.
Are considered for performance-based increases. Any staff on a performance improvement plan or with an unsatisfactory annual review are not eligible for the performance-based increase. And staff who have been with the district for 0 to 6 months are just not eligible for that increase at that time. And then I get into some language. Increases are typically considered as a percentage increase that is structured such that non-salaried staff that have been there between 6 months and 3 years they'll receive one set percentage increase. And then any staff with 3 or more years, again, non-salaried, would receive a different percentage. And typically, if you've been here 3 or more years, that percentage is actually a lower percentage than the newer staff because the actual amount is still higher
As a percentage of overall.
as a percentage of overall. So like someone who's making $30 an hour, getting a 1% increase versus someone who's making $20 an hour, getting a 2% increase.
And this is based on our discussion at the last meeting, Lauren, as I recall in reading the minutes, that you were not comfortable with treating everybody individually, that you wanted to have sort of a standard procedure.
Yes,
You thought that would be better for employee morale.
yes,
And that you're gonna make the decisions in the new policy as opposed to the whole board weighing in on salary changes for your staff.
correct. And the total personnel costs will be something you approve in the annual budget. And I'm just gonna own, I should have had an annual budget for you for FY 27 at this board meeting, and I just couldn't do it. So we'll do it in July, I promise.
You have all day.
We have all day. It'll be great. It'll be as accurate as it could possibly be. I have a draft one, but I couldn't do it. Couldn't
Yeah.
pull it off.
So can I ask a question?
Yes.
Maybe I misunderstood. One is, we don't have a central review time, right? That it has to do with, is there a central date when we do all the reviews?
So, they're at the end of the fiscal year. So I've been doing them for the past 2.5 weeks.
Okay, all right.
Yep.
The second thing is, okay, I've been here a year and, I'm making $20 an hour. So I'm not as high paid as those who've been here longer. But I'm a really great employee and there's several of us and I've really blown away those metrics, whatever the metrics are. I don't know if it's possible or not, but I'm outstanding. Do I get the same raise as Molly gets, who's a bit of a slacker, only doing 75%?
As long as you're both meeting the expectations, yes.
Okay.
Do you have the ability to recognize exceptional performance?
That's what I'm asking.
I think that's the.
Thank you for helping me out with that.
No, I thought that's what I heard.
Yeah, yeah.
You said.
Well, I think this is getting back to the discussion at the last board meeting, and I would like for you to retain that ability,
Yeah.
Lauren.
You should.
And maybe it's not in the way of
Maybe I
Of a
get a
staff.
bonus.
maybe
Right.
it's not salary increase and you wanna keep that consistent.
it's a
Maybe
time
it's
off
an
or-
attaboy or an attagirl. Thank you. You did a great job on this. I'm so proud of your performance over the entire year. I'm so proud of how you handled this project. You know, we would call it a spot award in our CSOH, and
But a time off award. You get that.
nobody has time to
Nobody
take
has-
time
I
off.
really, we can't take no time off.
So,
Yeah.
but you know, cash, a cash bonus, just a bonus, that,
Yeah.
and maybe that needs to be incorporated in this. That the DM retains the right to consider
Because if you have an
bonuses in
exceptional-
addition to.
But you wanna keep,
Yeah, you wanna
Um,
keep that exceptional
and
employee.
I'm from the business background, so people are in business to make money. I do a great job because I wanna make more money, but I'm not sure that's true in the kind of environment that you exist in. Maybe people are just happy, I get the 1%.
Oh, but they have to live and it's
Oh, yeah.
Vermont is very expensive, so.
Well, it's
you
not cheap.
know, and they have to make a living. and-
Right.
Well, I think Lauren was concerned about culture, employee culture, and like people being treated differently, and that might.
I'd be concerned about retention. That would be one of my big,
I'd be concerned about in her example of the person that was a stellar employee, just feeling a little bit. Like, just like you said, the other person, you know, over a couple of years, like, wow, I'm really busting my ass and I'm not getting any more.
start to look somewhere
Yeah.
else
Yeah.
because, you know.
And I know that I'm gonna get lots of love because I am, a stellar employee.
And lots of love means more work.
Yeah.
A lot
So-
of times, because you're capable.
Because I'm doing great work, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, Molly.
75%. It's a C plus. It's a solid.
6%, yeah.
Yeah.
76.
Yeah.
Yeah.
C
So
plus
it's
is.
Wait, I guess-
just something to think about, that's all. Maybe we
What-
don't have those people, but if we did, maybe you bring it then, you know, who knows?
Um. What I might offer for consideration, that could be a potential compromise. We do have, so within the metrics we've all agreed on, there's the entry level metrics. And there's a senior level set of metrics, and then there's a manager level set of metrics.
And there's, what's the last one?
What?
Manager.
Yeah,
Um. I think there could be that the district manager retains the right to increase salary in special cases when someone moves from entry level to senior level responsibilities, and that could certainly happen within 3 years, the first 3 years of someone.
And beyond that set metric that everybody else is getting.
Right,
So, yeah, I mean, if you just describe
of role change.
a role change, right?
Yeah.
Like we did with Kate, I feel like.
Yeah.
Like she went from like a regular employee
To
to
a
like
programs manager.
program manager.
Yeah, and that came with an
I-
increase.
okay.
Still think you should retain the ability to recognize and reward exceptional behavior. Let's just say you have stellar employees across the board, but you've got a brand new first year employee. You don't want to lose that person. There's no opportunity for that shift in titles. So you should have a way to say, listen, we've got such a great team. We're firing on all cylinders. Nothing's open right now, but I really want you to know how much I appreciate it. And here's how I'd like to show you. I think you need, as a manager, the ability to do that. Do you have that?
I'm happy to retain that right and not exercise it. Is that fair?
Certain.
If we want to put it in the policy,
It doesn't have to be in the policy. I mean,
Yeah.
it can be a tacitly understood.
yeah,
But I mean, ultimately, it's up to us to approve Lauren's
annual
employee
budget.
budget. And if we say, yeah, let's have 7 program managers,
Right.
right? Like, sure,
Okay.
right? I mean, that's really up to us
All right.
to decide.
I guess I've always felt a little like maybe this is because I'm just haven't been in government enough. It's always felt weird to have a bonus in a government position. It's like taxpayer money that you're just giving
We
away.
don't get bonuses in teaching.
Yeah. It's just always felt like a little
Well, that's
odd to
not
me.
true with New York City now, it's.
Well, I want to tell you, they were never
You'll be
big,
going there.
Lauren, if that
Sure.
makes you feel any better.
What is the scale we're
My
talking?
sister would get her loan paid off at her job. She works for a farmer and her Lexus would get paid off by her boss
Sure,
as her bonus at the end of the year.
sure. So what kind of scale are we talking?
$1,200 back,
Okay.
$1,500 match.
Yes, thing. It wasn't, we didn't get bonuses.
It was, well, the,
But the Fed.
you know,
the
you
Fed
get,
tax-
like, if you got Superior Performance Award,
Oh.
you didn't get an increase in salary, you got a bonus, a chunk of money at the end of the year. The only thing that resulted in an increase in salary was if you got the outstanding.
You get a stepping.
You got a step increase and that permanently changed your salary. So we rarely got permanent changes in salary other than the annual cost of living adjustment. Rarely, unless you were in one of those steps and automatically, but at the end of your career, that was long behind you, usually.
In the military, it's move up or move out. So you get promoted, everything good happens as you get promoted, or you're done. You get timed out and you're gone. So it's a different.
I mean, it was considered a performance-based award. But we also had spot awards, so if somebody had done and those usually were like less than $500. If somebody had done a really good job on a 2-month-long project or something, and it was not necessarily consistent with their overall performance, so that it didn't contribute towards a superior performance award or something, but it was just, this project was done so well, you could write them up for a spot award.
It's a little thing, even a gift certificate, but, I don't know, sometimes people really go out of your way. I don't know, it means a lot to people. That's my opinion.
Maybe we're old school, maybe the new generation.
Maybe they don't.
I mean, Arena, I'm just curious.
Did you take free money?
I hate to put you on the spot, but maybe it's a generational thing. They all want to do their job and be treated the same.
I don't get that vibe at my school. All the young teachers are wanting pats on the back all the time.
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
mainly
I was gonna say, just from experience in a medium, small team. So this is really, really relevant, guys. In a small team, people talk. They talk over their lunch hour. They compare and all that. And I think the more random you can make this kind of a reward, the better. Because then it's hard for people to sit over lunch and compare. So I think all the ideas that I've heard you guys saying are really, really important because oh God, you want to retain the person that goes the extra mile. The whole world is full of people not going the extra mile these days. But the more personal you can make that bonus, like some of the things you guys have mentioned, or the more randomly different it is for each individual, A, the more it feels thoughtful, and B, then you don't get comparison on the team. So I don't know if we have to prescribe much more than, a level of authority and judgment for Lauren on this.
I don't know that we need to put it in the philosophy,
Yeah.
but
Can I ask you what your opinion is here?
I would so much rather have consistent benefits like health insurance over a random few $100 bonus once every few years. So if that's any part of the math here, like I think your best bet at employer retention is ensuring fair pay and good benefits. And I think there are other ways that we can implement giving each other positive feedback and celebrating each other's work that don't do with money. If there's any threat to consistently having benefits, that's what I'll say. Because I think if there's anything that people are stressed about in terms of retention, it's benefits.
wow, thank you, that's important.
Thanks.
Well,
That's
we just
really,
leave
really
it as
helpful.
this. Yeah,
Really agree.
Really helpful. Lauren.
Cost everybody.
I will say too, I think that if I had to do that, like that's another thing I have to do. It's another thing I have to think about. Is like remembering when someone does an exceptional job that I then need to like talk to the accountant and get another thing processed and have that also like running in the back of my mind at all times.
Yeah. Okay. That sounds logical.
okay, so we've discussed this quite a bit. Are we ready to move forward?
Yeah.
Okay, would anybody like to make a motion to adopt the compensation philosophy? So moved. Okay, is there a second?
I'll second the compensation philosophy.
Any further discussion? We should have done this backwards. I'll get it down, okay? All right, hearing none, all in favor?
Right.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, compensation policy passes. Thank you. Good job. Philosophy,
Everybody.
not policy, philosophy. Board of Supervisors Policy Handbook. I'm thinking of the clock. It's already 5:02.
This is just straight out of the employee handbook and
Yeah.
stuff that's relevant for you guys.
Yeah, I don't, although we does have signatures at the bottom or something like that, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Laura?
so there's a
So
signature
we'll
page.
sign this in July.
Yep.
At our July meeting.
Print a bunch out, we'll go through it.
Okay. May I have a motion to approve the Board of Supervisors Policy Handbook?
I'll move to approve the Board of Supervisors policy
Second.
handbook.
Second.
I'll
Any
I'll
further
second that.
discussion? Any further discussion? Again, this is all stuff that's been embedded in our overall policy documents already, so it's really just pulling it out as a separate document, standalone for supervisors. And it's really important for the new supervisors to see too, remind themselves. Okay,
Great.
all in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay, we have adopted the Board of Supervisors Policy Handbook.
Thanks, everybody.
Hey, that was a slog.
Was
All good to do. Okay.
PTO.
Lauren.
I'm
time off?
fine. I'm doing my best. I'm probably gonna be a little over 200 hours, but that's fine.
What's our policy? 200?
200 can roll over across fiscal years.
Wow.
I think I'm gonna get down to 204 hypothetically. I feel a little higher than that, but
Okay.
I'm doing my best to take some time
So
off.
just for Karen's information in Linda too, to a certain extent, we've in the past written large checks to Lauren at the end of either the fiscal year or the calendar year to sort of pay her for her unused time off, and it's like a debt to the budget, and so we want to make sure that she's actually taking the time off for mental health and for all the
Not
other
just the
reasons
money,
too.
but for
Not
the
just the money,
for
but
the-
it's, you know, we wanna make sure Laura's taking care of herself.
work-life balance is the cliche, I think that gets tossed around a lot, but it's important.
I'm doing it. I'm doing the best I can.
She took 2 days off last week.
I took 2 days off last week. Sure did.
Awesome. Okay,
Okay,
all right. Other events, meetings, that's just a list.
very important. July 13th.
Yep.
You're mine all day.
Yep. I actually told I was gonna say my boss, she feels like my boss sometimes. I told my coach that I would not be at practice that night
Excellent.
because we are under edict. We have to be at practice every Monday and Wednesday.
What are the hours of the
So the
district
retreat
retreat?
is from 8 to 4.
8 to 4.
8.
Yeah.
And then it's the birthday party.
And then the birthday's from 5 to 8.
So we're gonna be hugging each other by the end of
There
the
we
day, guys.
Mhm.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
like 12 hours.
We will
together.
feed you several times. If there are any dietary restrictions I don't know about, that would be
You
helpful.
know mine, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Gluten free, and then there's also like another allergy.
Avocado.
That's what it was.
It sucks.
And I sent you my thing too. It's a little bit out, did you not get?
Your registration for the event?
Yeah,
Okay.
and it asked me
That goes to
not-
her.
dietary restrictions.
Yes.
Okay.
Do we have
And I
to
know you're,
register
it's
for the event?
pepper, peppers for you, isn't it?
No
I did this
peppers.
because I got him.
I need Guinness.
And
for
I don't
lunch.
eat red meat.
I'll
Just
join
do.
you in with that.
So if you want to do that, you're welcome to bring, actually,
No,
community center might have a policy.
I'm joking, I'm not, I'm.
You might need
A policy on.
Alcohol at their facility.
It's in Fairfield, it's a cultural,
Yeah, you
it's,
can,
it's,
You can do whatever you want. It's
It's a
Fairfield.
place that used to be the general store,
no,
no,
it used to be the elementary school.
We're up in East Fairfield, where the like jig in the valley
go to
is.
Stones and they'll tell you where it is.
It's further
Yes, Carl.
out than the one.
You're like almost in Bakersfield.
It's not in Fairfield itself, it's
We
further
go
out.
past Fairfield General, go another 7 or 8 miles.
we'll look it up when it gets to 12.
And
Yes,
what
that's
are
what it
the
is.
events of the 8 to 4?
Yes, so I know you and I still need to connect about strategic planning. It's
Yeah.
been a wild
Is
couple of
that
weeks.
something you still would like to do?
Yes,
Cause what can bounce calendars after
That was in
this.
the minutes too, that we
Right.
talked about. We
I
brainstormed what we
love
wanted
the-
to have. You might have missed that discussion, Molly. We
So some
brainstormed at the
strategic
end of the last
planning.
Meeting, what we wanted to see.
like a history of the districts, which we're actually gonna also have available for the event. So you guys will get a teaser on it.
Okay.
I did actually just sit down with Lynn Bluen, who was the district manager from
Way back
87 to 2000.
Still.
And we had a good chat. Sarah got me her number.
Would you be interested in me reaching out to Andy Crossman? Yes. You know,
I know it.
who helped with the original plan?
I think we can do this ourselves.
So I'm not asking to do anything, but just if you needed it's fine if you just wanna have it internal.
I think I would prefer just internal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Andy is always overwhelmed with work.
Yes. And that's the self-inflicted.
Oh, yeah.
And then I know Linda, you were interested in maybe leading some team building activities as well.
Team building activity.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Every retreat I've ever been to has just been about that. Like no,
Yeah.
it's done. So we gotta
Workforce.
slip at least 1 or 2 in. And
Yes,
I'll
maybe
help
we can
you with
start
that.
with some like team bonding stuff.
Yeah.
Get to know
I'll
you
help.
stuff.
And are Walter and Julie able to join us too? Walter said maybe not because of the whole day thing.
So I just got an email from Walter that he is checking in with his boss, but
Okay.
he's not totally sure.
Okay.
Julie, I don't
I'll
know
be
what
there.
your schedule. You'll be there?
Awesome.
Yep.
Great. Wonderful. And then Irene and I will also be there.
And Richard's not covered in any way, shape or form.
Richard's definitely not coming during the retreat.
We might-
Sarah's trying to figure out how to get him to the birthday party.
Is he not mobile? Is he, I mean, I really don't know.
He's mobile.
Are we giving him a plaque or a nice
So
cloth?
I would love to discuss that when we're not in
Oh, I'm
a
sorry.
public meeting. No, that's
Yeah.
fine.
I didn't find-
Yeah,
Um,
so any other discussions on these events or meetings? The next meeting will be July 13th for this all-day thing. Do we need to schedule the August meeting now? while
Could
we're
we
thinking?
schedule the August and September meetings?
Yeah, I have to go to France I get to go to France on August 23rd,
Okay.
so.
And can I also share, there will be no field days.
Yeah.
I heard
saw
that on the
today.
radio.
Okay.
Yeah.
traveling
it's
down the
sad.
other day, yeah.
So
You're
let's look
voting.
at some calendars for August.
There's nothing in the Fairfield Community Center policy about alcohol. by the way.
Okay,
Oh, I was sure.
I know, I just was curious.
so
I could get 14.
I could do the week of the 17th, but I will not be available the last week in August. I could do the week of the 10th as well.
okay,
Although Monday, the 10th is definitely out for me because it's the day after the festival. There'll be a lot of work after that.
On the 20th, I have to take the garbage out.
how do we feel
I
about
can't-
the,
FCNRCD meeting is the 18th. so-
sorry, go ahead, Linda.
Oh, I think the week of the 10th for me too, but
Is good or bad?
it's good.
Week of the 10th.
Good.
How about Tuesday the 11th?
I won't be very available to
My
help you,
sister
but
and family is up that week, so I
That's
can't.
Our oldest daughter's birthday, and I don't know what we're doing.
could we do Thursday, the 13th?
That works for me.
That would be better for me.
Yeah.
A little too tight with the festival on the 11th.
Thursday's good.
And like
I
you,
can't-
if
I
you're
can't-
fine.
You don't have to bend it around me, but that's hey, bring your parents to work day for my son in Boston. How about that?
Wow, on Thursday, August 13th?
Yeah, so bring your parents to work day.
That's hilarious.
What about the 12th? Does that
12th.
come?
12th would be okay.
Both works.
I can
12th
do the 12th, but, I'll be getting out of here at 4:30.
We
Okay.
can have an earlier
Start a
meeting.
little early.
You have an earlier
Sorry.
meeting?
Well, summer.
Could we start a
I
little?
think
earlier?
I'm the only one who,
Yeah, we can,
Okay.
I'm open that whole day. I have the staff
So
meeting on
we
there, but I don't
start
have
maybe
to.
at-
Yeah.
what?
Could we do it? Could we do that one in the morning?
Yes,
What was that time, Linda?
she just said the morning.
Yes, let's do it in the morning, but not 8, please.
How about 10 to noon?
Oh.
10 to noon on the 12th. That works perfectly.
Okay. Yeah, that's good.
That probably won't work for Walter. And maybe not Julie, but I think that that's okay.
Yeah, I'm not the only one.
That'll definitely be a Zoom one for me.
Okay. And then can we try for September too?
Yes.
Because I need to give that to the structural integrity,
Not Tuesdays.
not Tuesdays.
Not
Um,
Mondays and Wednesdays.
okay, so we're looking at Thursdays,
Thursdays is best.
the 10th or the 17th.
I could do either, I think.
I think the
17th
10th
would
is
be my
better
preference.
for me.
Okay, the 10th will work.
I might be gone by the 17th.
We get back from France on the 3rd, so it'll just be a short turnaround time there, and then I'm available
Okay,
What time?
After school.
after school, so 3:00.
3 o'clock.
Is 3:15 better for you, Molly, or does it matter?
You don't mind 10 minutes late.
3:00, okay.
3 o'clock on September 10th. And that
Okay.
day will be the financial management training. So we can I'll have him maybe come at 3:30, Molly.
I am teaching period 7 next year. First time in like a decade,
Teaching period 7.
the last period of the day,
You got all the dates. I didn't write a single thing down.
2 to
Yep.
3,
Okay.
2 to 2:50.
August 12th.
It's
and
just-
June 10th.
The kids are exhausted by then and
Oh, yeah.
Wonderful.
Pay really close attention to everything you say. Okay, so, may I have a motion to adjourn? Are we all set? So move. Second?
I'll second adjourning.
I'll second it.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, guys.
Can folks stay on for 1 second?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm gonna stop recording and talk about.
What do you need help with on the fishing festival? Because I like to fish, and I've never been able to help in the past years. I just hasn't worked out, but I do enjoy fishing. I love to teach kids to fish.